Good everyone, on today's video today, it's a review on the TB-3 requested by a sub named, I don't know how to pronounce it, so I'm just going to say Zila. And, well, he wanted to see a review on the TB-3 because he learned in my Discord server that I actually have it. And, well, if you're not in a Discord, there'll be a link in the description below to it. So, the TB-3 is a rank 1, 1.3 bomber, and it's about as rare as rocking horse shit. This thing is very rare to find in the skies now, and I'm sort of glad I got to get it. However, I've noticed a lot of players, especially experienced players, are total wankers about this aircraft. I've had people fire joking shots at me, which means I have to open fire on them and teach them a lesson they won't forget. And I even had one case where a B5N2 Kate decided instead of helping his team, he would ram my TB-3. I checked his stat card after the game. He was a skillless fucker anyway. I don't even know why he was flying a Kate, because he wasn't spading. And that's really where the TB-3 falls, sadly to say. I know this thing's a bit of a meme in the War Thunder community, and I'm probably going to get some flack for saying that. But this thing is just not as good as people make it. So let's go over it and let's just get into perspective what I mean. So starting us off, we're going to go over the engines. These are Michelin M17 12 cylinders, max power of 500 horse, takeoff power aka WEP at 730. Not bad, about the same as a late war P47 if you put all four engines together and propel it along. Now for a Jug, 2800 horse is pretty good, but for a big massive bomber like this, it ain't that good. So that right now. Excuse me there. This aircraft tops out at around about 170 miles an hour in a dive. That's the safest I would take it. And level flight speed will not touch over 120 with a full bomb load on. Now if you think that's slow, the Po-2 does less than that, so just take it into account. Zila asked in my Discord server if I own the Po-2. I sadly don't. If I did, I'd actually do a spay review on it. I'm not even joking. But the TB-3 is just, it's sad really. It's an aircraft that is great on paper with the sheer amount of guns this thing has, but the guns just didn't feel right. I know it sounds weird, but we'll get into the gameplay what I mean. They worked okay in this game because obviously I learned to switch the belts, but I'm going to go over the belts very shortly. So the bomb load. This is the maximum bomb load. 4 500 kilogram bombs and 4 250 kilogram bombs. You can kill a base with two, or you can kill, in fact, you can probably kill all three bases if you're lucky enough. It depends on the BR. A squad of 2 TB-3s. That's a force to be reckoned with. Plus, obviously, additional bombers on the team anyway. That is a force to be reckoned with. 2 TB-3s. And, well, Hairy Feet and I will probably drag our TB-3s out if we was to do some sort of like live stream or something. But now we need to go over the armament of this aircraft, and this is where it steps up a notch. We've got these guys down here in bins, what can be best described with a single machine gun. They'll do the job of this, dear. It's when you get up to the top. You've got a twin mount in the front, twin mount here, and a twin mount there. I'd have loved another 2 twin mounts here personally, but that's just me. And these DA machine guns are the same ones pretty much as on a T-34 tank. Now, that doesn't sound particularly great, and it can be. The belts you want to use are not the default and not the armored targets. You actually want to use the APITs. These seem to be very effective compared to the armored and the default. These seem to get the best results. At least, that's my opinion. And I realised before anyone states it, I didn't go over the stats of 30, so I need to just quickly do that. 32 deaths, 1 air kill, and you'll be surprised what the air kill was. It was a D501. And 132 kills. just before anyone has a go at me about forgetting about it, because well, I'll probably get that, to be honest. TB-3, for that, I got 4 deaths, 7 air kills, 46 ground targets, and about 10 bases plus an airfield. The only thing is, most of the deaths were actually caused by engine failure and flak fire. The only time I actually died to a player was the ram, funny enough, because they just couldn't kill this thing. But this battle just shows you what this plane's all about. I'm sort of glad that I have this aircraft, but at the same time, I won't really be using it that much. That's for definite. I still have the mark of distinction to finish off on it, if you notice that in the hangar. But this is an aircraft that you would take out once in a while. And here's a little bit of advice from me. If you're flying this aircraft, put music on. Doesn't really matter what it is. Just as long as it's relaxing. To you, at least. I mean, some people relax listening to heavy metal, but that's their choice. And this aircraft is the perfect example of relaxation in an aircraft. It's at a tier where it will get the Chinese on the team, it'll get CW21s on the team, and it will just be nice to fly. And that's really what made this thing special to me. Because you gotta remember, I grinded my arse off for this thing, and I knew it was going to be worth it. Because obviously, memes, the fact that I can do a video on this thing, and in fact, this is my third video on the TB-3, actually. And this is just such a relaxing plane. At this point in time, I had Linkin Park on, which is it's a music group. The lead singer committed suicide a couple of years back. Very sad to hear that. But that's what I had on. I had Linkin Park. What song would it have been? I can't remember. But I had Linkin Park. I had my Spotify on mix because I have Spotify and I use it to. I have my playlist and stuff like that. And I just decided, let's put some music on, let's put on a bit of Linkin Park, shuffle in a couple of other things, and just fly the plane as normal. But this is really where the TB-3 just lags. Look at the airspeed. Funny thing to point out whilst we're here is the service ceiling of this aircraft. Remember the altitude? 15,000 feet, folks. And look at that service ceiling. 12,000 feet. We're actually above the maximum permitted service ceiling of this aircraft. And I don't know what this jackass was doing in a Stuka. Like, he was going for a base, and then all of a sudden he sees the TB-3 and thinks, oh, it's a TB-3, I must kill it. But this thing can actually move. It's a big fat fucker, but it can move. Spoiler alert, he didn't actually do any damage. Now, I know my gunners look bugged there, but I did actually score a few hits on him. But this is the fun thing. And well, I know Hairy Feet is going to be a bit pissed off in a couple of moments, because there's actually a guy on the enemy team flying a Ki 44-2 Otsu, aka the Putin Scoop. And I know for a fact that Hairy Feet is going to he's going to laugh at what this guy does. Let's just say that he wastes all of his 40 mils on a freaking PBY and then he gets overconfident, let's just say. But I'm just gonna cut to the chase. Like, I'm just gonna put it 2 times speed because that's slow this fucking thing is. Better fly at 220 odd than flipping 115 the whole way. Realistically, anyway. But this aircraft is the perfect definition of put music on and just relax flying it. If you're in a squad, let them do the work. You can do your base bombing. If you're not in a squad, just put on the music, fly, just focus on what you're doing, and you'll be fine. This thing is really relaxing. I remember once I came in from a rough day at college and I thought, what can I fly that's quite fun? Jumped in this thing, had a ball. Absolutely had a ball. It was so fun. Just relaxing, music on, and yeah, Now, you may have noticed I was looking back there. There's a BR-20 coming in behind me. I think he's never seen a TB-3 before, so he thought, let's go see if I can gunship it. And in all the aircraft he chose a fucking flying shed. So I dropped 2 bombs there, and that's the only bombs I'm dropping this game. And this absolute jackass thinks I can take a TB-3. No. No, you can't. Double engine fire. I think one of them actually goes out, but then it goes back on again because of the freaking the belts that I use in this thing. And the gunners just seem to want to fire, so I actually have to hit the gunners disabled keybind that I have. And well, at this point, that PBY has just cleaned up that base that is just in front of me. There's one last base which a Blenheim is about to... Is it a Blenheim? No, it's not a Blenheim. There's one last base to clear up, which the PBY is going to go for. Unfortunately... Well, no, sorry, he's dropped all his bombs, because he dropped all 4 1000s on that base. I don't know why. But I'm currently making my way towards the last base. So we're going to jump ahead. Obviously, I'm just making sure that that base is gone, which it is. And obviously, I get on the move. This is where our friend Grant the Farm Boy comes in. Now, judging by the name, you'd expect him to be on the bloody deck. And pretty much, he's going to make a huge mistake. You'll see. So, he goes up for this PBY here, and he wastes all of his 40 mils on the PBY. He does get the PBY, but he's wasted all of his 40 mils on it. Juan Maspar, who actually saw getting practice in a Brigitte 693, he was special, let's just say. But Grant was even special. More special, I should say. I don't know why my tongue slipped there. He decides to engage my TB-3. Obviously, I engage my gunners at this point. And he attacks from the worst spot you could attack a TB-3. Directly above it. Where all 6 guns can rip you to bits. He does take out a gunner. And he takes out one of the pilots. But that's the end of him. And I even made a witty comment in chat there saying bye-bye. So yeah, this aircraft is very meme-ish. This is not a plane that you fly to grind Silver Lions with. This is not a plane that you grind well, it's not a plane that you would fly very often, but when you do, you're gonna have a laugh, and to be honest, I think it's worth your time. But obviously, it only comes around every so often, so just bear that in mind. But even so, if it's there, go for it. But anyway, I'm gonna let you guys. Well, I'm gonna let you guys off. Sorry, I'm slipping my English today. And well, I'll let you guys off. If you do get the chance to own this aircraft, please do. It's honestly a really relaxing aircraft. But anyway, I'll see you all on the next one.